one of the leaders looked at me and said, "Kent, I just got a picture of you mentoring men in the inner city. Does that mean anything to you?" And I said, "Geez, I hope not. I'm not particularly fond of the inner city. I have no experience, no connection, no training. I'm the least likely guy in this bunch to do that, but I'll pay attention and see what God has." So that was Saturday. We came home Sunday. And on Thursday of that week, I got a call from the Salvation Army Adult Rehab Center asking me if I would come and teach the Alpha course in the inner city. And I was going to say no, because I had taught the course a number of times in our church, but I had made the mistake of telling my wife Betty what happened in Kansas City. And she said, "You better not say no so fast. You better pay attention." And so I called this person back and I lied and I said I would love to teach the Alpha course in the inner city. And so I did. We showed up, and that was October, I think, of '03. I had, I wouldn't call it a vision, but a picture of a map. And I saw 10 houses scattered around the city. And I thought, I wonder if God wants us to buy a house. So I went back to the group and I told them about that, and I said, "What do you think?" And they said, "Oh yeah, we ought to buy a house." We noticed at the ARC, often guys would come in, complete the program, go out, and then a month or two later they'd be back in again. It was like a revolving door in some ways.
Right.
And we wanted a place where we could capture those guys and ground them and get them plugged into community and so forth. So we started looking for houses with this realtor, a little Bible study prayer time with some of the guys from the ARC. And I went to the gas station, I bought one of those maps and I brought it to that meeting. And we pinned it on the wall, and I thought, well, I'm going to find out where these guys think we ought to have a house. And the funniest thing happened. One by one, they got up and they said, "Don't buy a house here. Don't buy a house here. Don't buy a house here." So we found out everywhere we shouldn't buy a house. We walked in the front door. It was a cold March night, standing on a sidewalk somewhere else, and there was one more house to look at. We said, "Oh, why not?" And we stood at the front door of this house, walked in, and I think immediately it was like God said, "This is where you belong." So we've been here since '05.